Well, certainly the options are far fewer than they would be for legal immigrants. And the Obama administration has recently made a priority of not removing foreign nationals if they have not committed crimes, felonies, or significant misdemeanors, that as a priority, and to exercise prosecutorial discretion to not place those individuals in removal for things like traffic violations and driving without a license, etc. There are certain initiatives that the administration has undertaken and may undertake in the future. For example, those who came over as children may qualify for deferred action. If they came over before 2007, for example, and they were under 16, and they went to school here, went to high school in the United States or completing a GED, they may qualify for deferred action. And even though that's not a legal status, it does sort of keep them in place. It does confer the ability to, for example, go to school here in South Carolina if they would like to go to college. It is constitutionally anyone who is attending public schools may attend regardless of their immigration status. But we do have a law in South Carolina that basically says that colleges will not admit anyone unless he or she can show he's lawfully authorized to be here. So deferred action is a perfect example of where someone can attend schools here in South Carolina, can obtain a driver's license, and also can obtain work authorization. That's a limited example of where the president has exercised his executive action in order to take some steps, however limited, on behalf of those who are undocumented. And it is certainly possible that in the near future that additional measures may be introduced for those who are undocumented. I should say as well that the rules are different where someone enters with a visa or overstays as opposed to someone who enters without any documentation or papers at all. So for example, one question I often get is, what if I am a U.S. citizen and I have married an undocumented individual, say from Mexico? If I want to sponsor that individual, can my husband or wife obtain a green card? And the answer really depends upon how they enter the United States, because if they entered without any authorization at all, then the mere sponsorship by the U.S. citizen spouse will not suffice for that individual, for the spouse to obtain a green card. That individual would have to go back to his or her home country and apply for a waiver for all of the time that he or she has been out of status. But interestingly enough, if someone enters with a visa but then overstays, the rules are different. So you asked about how do I maintain my status, or how do I keep a clean record? Well, that's very important in this example, because if someone has not committed a major crime, then, and he or she has overstayed a visa and then marries a U.S. citizen, then the U.S. citizen can file a sponsoring petition and the spouse can file for the green card concurrently. So that is one principal benefit for those who have entered the country with a visa but have just overstayed.